Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem. We're continuing Mishna Daf Hashavua. We're up to Siman Kuf Lamed Beis. We are in middle of the Ramah. The Ramah, yesterday we saw, said Yesh loymar pitam aktoires erev avoiker achar atfila. You should say pitam aktoires in the evening and the morning after davening. We said erev means mincha, not mariv. V'oimrim tchila ein kelokeinu. You first say ein kelokeinu. Then you say v'oimrim hashir shahalavim haya oimrim ba'mikdash shachris levad. Then you say the shir shel yom only in the morning. Says the Mishna v'oimrim hashir ayin b'magen ram shemasik the kavanas Ramah loymar b'chol yom hashir hashayach la'osay yom. Magen Avram says that when the Ramah says you say every day Hashir Shalvim Hayim Ba'mikdash, the Ramah is not clear what he means. You just say those words Hashir Shalvim Hayim Ba'mikdash. What exactly does the Ramah mean? Oimrim Hashir Shalvim Hayim Ba'mikdash. So the Magen Avram explains it means each day you say the shir that's shayach to that particular day. The minhag, though, is you say Hayom Yom Rishon b'Shabbos, Sheni b'Shabbos, in order to remember Shabbos. Like the Ramban says, there's a mitzvah da'iraisa of remembering Shabbos throughout the week. Rav Shlomo Zalman was noyeg to say before Hayom Yom the pasuk Zachar Yom HaShabbos L'Kachay, I assume as a way of being mechavein to be mekayim the mitzvah of Zachar Yom HaShabbos L'Kachay. But whether you say it or not, the primary purpose in saying it of Hayom Yom is in order to be mekayim the mitzvah of Zachar. Therefore, since mitzvah is tzrichos kavana, if you want to get the mitzvah of Zachar Yom HaShabbos L'Kachay, you need to have that formal kavana. Now, truth be told, the Magen Avram says that the place in davening to mekayim Zachar Yom HaShabbos L'Kachay is in Kriya Shema. When you say Uzachartem es kol mitzvahs Hashem, Shabbos is shakol keneged kol mitzvahs. What I'm telling you now is not a chumrah; it is a Magen Avram, that there is a mitzvah da'iraisa that you can be mekayim at the end of Kriya Shema. When you say Uzachartem es kol mitzvahs Hashem, you mekayim the mitzvah da'iraisa of Zachar Yom HaShabbos L'Kachay. Mishna continues, Dahainu Shabiyim Aleph Hoyo Halviyah Masharim Ledavin Mizmar Shamasum Loya Ad Seif HaMizmar until the end of the Mizmar V'chein B'chol Yom HaMizmar Shayach Loya. Each day the Mizmar that's shayach to it. Aval Ein Kavanasoi Sheyoimru Mishnas Hashir Shahoyo Halviyim Oimrim. You mistakenly could understand what the Ramah means. Just like on Shabbos we say at the end of davening the Mishna Hashir shahayu halavim oimrim b'zman shemizmashkam hayu oimrim bayom harishon bayom hasheni bayom hashlishi. No, that's not what the Ramah means. The Ramah means each day you say the mizmar that's shayach to that day. Achein b'Shabbos noigim oilam loymar Mishna zu achar pitam aktoris kamoy shenitfas basidurim. On Shabbos the minhag is to say that mizmar. Now, it's interesting that the Mechaber says you can't leave shul until you say Kedusha de Sidra. The Ramah says you say Aleinu. Then the Ramah says you say Pitam Aktoires. Then the Ramah says you say the Shir Shel Yom. So one thing's for sure. Shir Shel Yom comes after Aleinu according to the Ramah. First Aleinu and then Shir Shel Yom. However, the Ramah is also mashma that Pitam Aktoires is after Aleinu before the Shir Shel Yom. And that was, by the way, the order in the Beis HaMikdash. First, you brought the Ketores, and then you had the Shir Alaviyim. Lamaisa, those who say Pitam Aktoires, they say the Shir Shel Yom first, and then the Pitam Aktoires. Why? That's Al Pi the Ari. Okay. The Mishna continues. Shachris Levad. Why do you only say the Shir Shachris? Didn't the Levium say the Shir in the afternoon as well? After b'mikdash hayamrim shir al niskei hayayin gam al tamid shel bein arbayim. Even though in the Beis Hamikdash stood, they said the shira on the niskei yayin, even by the tamid shel bein arbayim. Achein mepnei shekama pamah kahanim trudim, because many times the kohanim were busy. V'hayu meviyin hanesachim shel bein arbayim balayla, and they would bring the libations of the tamid of the afternoon at night. Meaning they brought the carbon tamid in the afternoon, but the libations and the nesachim they brought at night. And when they brought the nesachim at night, they didn't say shira. So even though, technically speaking, there was a shira on the niskei hayayin, on the tamid shel ben arbayim, if you were able to get it in before night, but since practically they didn't always get it in before night, which mizmar you'll say on Yom Tif for the Shir Shel Yom, do you say of that day of the week, or do you say, like the Gemara has it, each Yom Tif has a special Shir Shel Yom? We were just in the shul in Vilna. In Vilna, in the wall of the shul, there's a chart of the Shir Shel Yom according to the Gemara, of the various mizmorim that are the Shir Shel Yom for each Yom Tif. That's what this Mishna is talking about. We don't do that. We just say Hayom Yom Shlishi, Hayom Yom Revi, but the Gemara had a special Shir Shel Yom for each. For example, Mizmar Shir Chanukah Sabayis LeDavid Arimimcha is the Shir Shel Yom of Chanukah. We just say it because we have no idea what we're doing. But we do both. We do the Shir Shel Yom. But according to the Gemara, Yom Tif, the same way Shabbos has Mizmar Shir, L'Yom HaShabbos, each Yom Tif has a Shira. Ve'eza Mizmar Yom Tif, Shir Shel Yom Yivar Mirtzah Hashem L'Kaman, Behilchos Yom Tif. The only thing is, the Mishnah Berura never got to it. The Magen Avram writes, some places they say Shir Shel Yom, which is, by the way, based on Masechta Soifrim. But it was not said in the Beis Hamikdash. And in the Ma'aser Rav of the Gemara, Ois Kuf Nun Zayin, the Dirshu says the Gemara brings the particular Shir Shel Yom for each day. Let's jump back into the Maimar HaKadeshim. Let us go to Le'inyan Kaddish. This is on page 28, on the third line from the bottom. Okay, we're jumping back into the Maimar HaKadeshim just for a few minutes. Le'inyan Kaddish b'toich Shiva. Regarding saying Kaddish within 7 days, Oireach v'toishav shavin b'chal HaKadeshim. Whether you're a long-time member in the shul, your great-great-grandfather started it together with George Washington, and the other guy just moved in yesterday, you're all equal. You don't have the fact that you were there when George Washington ate macaroni in the shul together with your great-grandfather. It's okay. Even though your great-grandfather, your grandfather, your father, they all ate macaroni on that shir, you have the same rights in Kaddish with the guy who moved in yesterday. V'oireach ben Shiva Madcha leben shloishim. A guest who's ben Shiva pushes off a ben shloishim, and a yard site toishavim. Now, lots of luck pulling that off, right? The guy's a member in the shul. He has his name on the cornerstone. He hasn't given the money yet, but he has his name on it. Yeah, he has his name on the arayin, because he pledged the money, and some guy comes in off the street, he rolls in, he's in Shiva, he gets precedence. There's no membership. No such thing as a member. He's a member. Membership is good, but not for this. It doesn't give you any adifas. So that means That means l'chayra for the amud. You have a guy, he has a yard site, he came in with danishes. Each one there's gold in it. The danishes, they're not chocolate, there's gold inside the danishes. Each one costs $700. He's about to park himself to daven for the amud. A guy rolls in off the street, a homeless Jew, and he's b'toich shiva, he gets the amud. He gets the amud. Ben shiva gadol u ben shiva katan shavim. Within shiva of a gadol, within shiva of a katan, they're equal. Va'afilu hachi im yesh oid yard site v'yesh shloisha kadishim. Nevertheless, if there's another yard site and there are 3 kadishim, az nidcha hayard site legamri. So let's talk about this case. You have a gadol who's ben shiva, a katan who's ben shiva. They're equal. But if there's another yard site and there are 3 kadeshim, then the yard site gets nothing. The ben shiva gadol gets 2, and the ben shiva katan gets 1. And the yard site, we tell him and his danishes to go daven across the street. The yachal gadol loymar la katan. You see, the gadol says to the katan, "Hey, Mr. Katan, I'm not taking your kaddish. I'm taking the yard site's kaddish, because a ben shiva has precedence over the yard site." He says, "Ano loy mimcha kasha kol na kaddish, elamei ha yard site. Sha'ani koidim loy lekaddish v'chanal." Now, as we mentioned yesterday, you're not chayiv limsar atzmai al kiddush Hashem to grab the kaddish. If you're afraid the guy who has yard site is going to make your family have yard site for you because you're insisting on davening for the amud, then you do not have to insist on it. Ben Shloishim, Yesh Loi Kol HaKadeshim Shechiyav Neged Avel Yud Beis Chodesh. The Ben Shloishim takes everything over someone in Yud Beis Chodesh. Avel Kadesh Shel Tehillim Oisher Shel Yoim Oishel Mizmar Shel Chanukas Hu La'avela Yud Beis Chodesh. But the Kaddish of Tehillim, or the Kaddish of the Shir Shel Yoim, or the Kaddish of Mizmar Shel Chanukas, which is it's not a real full Me'ikar Hadin Kaddish. Rev Henkin says it's just a scheme to get people to come to shul on time, but it's not Me'ikar HaKadeshim, that Kaddish. The only reason we have the Kaddish there is to seduce people to get to shul on time. Then, V'chein Kaddish Shal Prisa Shema Shosim Nea Pesach. So for these Kaddishim, this belongs to Avelim of 12 months. So the secondary Kaddishim belong to the Avelim of 12 months. The actual Kaddishim, namely of Aleinu, the Iker Kaddish Yasaim is Aleinu. The other Kaddishim are not Me'ikar Kaddish Yasaim. The Iker Kaddish Yasaim is Aleinu. Mizmar Shir and Shir Shel Yoim and Tehillim are not the Iker Kaddish Yasaim. What about Uben Shloishim yard site? So let's say you have someone in Shloishim, and then you have a yard site. Yomer ha yard site Kaddish Echad Arvis, Uben Shloishim Shachris, Umincha Shnei Kadeshim. You hear this? A Shloishim is more important than a yard site. Someone in Shloishim is more important than a yard site. So the yard site will get Mariv's Kaddish, the Ben Shloishim will get 1 Kaddish Shachris, 2 Kadeshim Mincha. Now, what if the yard site didn't show up for Marav? You'll give him Shachris. But if there are many yard sites, each yard site takes 1 Kaddish and the Shloishim gets pushed away completely. So it's a very interesting idea that the Shloishim gets more than the yard site. But if there's only 1 Kaddish, the yard site could take it. Again, the logic of that is the yard site only has 1 day. So even though the Shloishim is stronger, but it's more pressing for the yard site. See this? The yard site is a greater chiyuv. I'm sorry, the Shloishim is a greater chiyuv, but the yard site is more pressing. Okay, we're going to hold it over here. We're going to start Sefer Chafetz Chaim.
Recording stopped.